This is Karen Ranzi, and I'm at the Woodstock Fruit Festival here in Diamond Point, New York, up in the Adirondacks. And I'm so excited to have met Megan Sherow, and she has a story that you are definitely going to want to hear. It's about healing from cancer. And Megan is 17 now, and she's going to tell you a bit about when she started to experience symptoms and some of the things that led her down the road to raw foods. So Megan, you said that around 13 years old, around four years ago, that you started to have signs, symptoms?
Yeah, well, I was diagnosed when I was 13, but I had some symptoms a bit beforehand. I was getting some migraine headaches, but I just thought nothing of them, thought I was just getting normal headaches. And it wasn't until I got double vision at 13 that I went to an ophthalmologist, and they sent me to a hospital for a scan, just to check up on things. And that's when I was eventually diagnosed.
Okay. So Megan got double vision and was diagnosed then with brain cancer. So this is something that we need to be aware of, that these are the kind of things that can lead us down that avenue to looking at what we can do next. And so why did you choose not to go the conventional route of chemotherapy, radiation? I'm sure that's what they recommended.
I saw a lot of doctors actually, and they all had a lot of different opinions. One hospital thought that I was terminal. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital had no protocol for treating me. They really didn't know what to do at all. A local hospital wanted to treat me with chemotherapy and radiation, and because there were just so many different opinions at once, I decided to just step back, take a look at the situation, and try to figure out if maybe there was another option.
So Megan is very brave, number one, because when you're going against the medical opinion, it is sometimes very difficult, and there are also often many fear tactics that are used.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My oncologist was calling my mom, like, you gotta get her into chemo right now. You're really afraid.
And so, Megan, could you tell our audience about how you found raw foods and what you did and how you've been eating for the last amount of years since you found that information that have led you to your healing?
So I found the raw food diet at 14 through Arnold's Way, a cafe in Pennsylvania.
I know Arnold really well. I spoke there.
And I met Megan Elizabeth while I was there, and he told me that I could follow the raw food diet and it could improve my health and I wouldn't need to use chemotherapy and radiation. And at first I was really hesitant. I thought it was a bunch of baloney. I was like, I'm not going to kill myself with fruits and vegetables, but I was kind of desperate. So I gave it a try. I committed to it, and for the first year I ate gourmet raw. I was pretty high fat and a lot of salt. And then since after I went gourmet raw, I switched to a low fat raw vegan diet, and that's what I've been doing since then. And that's when I went into remission.
Wow.
Yep.
And so how did you know that you went into remission?
I went to the oncologist. I got a scan done, and they said, you are officially in remission.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was like, see you later, medical community.
That is just fantastic. And so you see, the body is naturally healing, and it really knows what to do if you get out of the way. More about your age of healing from the brain cancer.
So when I was about 14 or 15, that's when the doctors declared me to be in remission. And then I felt like around 16 was when I really started to embrace myself as being healthy, and I didn't feel sick anymore. And I started to live like I was healthy and not, focus my life around being ill. And that's when I really started to feel like, oh, I can just go live my life now. I'm free from this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know you were telling me earlier that during all this time that you were focusing so much on healing from the sickness that you couldn't focus really on much else, and that you didn't really get to focus on fitness, which now you're really focusing on.
I'm trying to focus a bit more on it.
So what are some of the fitness protocols that you're adding into your lifestyle?
Well, I've been running a lot, and I got a pool, so I love to swim in the summertime, and I love cycling. I'm hoping to get a bike. I just like everything.
Right. So you're focusing on the whole healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
The food and the fitness, it all goes together.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Of course.